What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. Today's video is going to be another pass or yes. This is my will I buy it style of video where I go through all the new beauty releases out on the market and I let you know, am I gonna pass or is it a big yes? Am I going to buy it? In last week's pass or yes, I went through all of the gift sets that are out at Sephora right now and I let you guys know all of my thoughts, let you guys know which ones I recommend the most. So if you guys missed that one and you were doing a little bit of holiday shopping this month like I am, definitely head on over to my channel page. I'll link that down below so you guys can check that out. But in this episode, I am going back to our usual. The holiday releases, they've definitely died down. It has been mostly gift sets, but there are a couple of things that are coming out in the next couple of weeks or next couple of months that we've seen teasers for and I want to go through today. And if this happens to be your first time here, then welcome. My name is Sophia and this is my channel where we talk about all things beauty and luxury. Every single week, I upload new content on the newest beauty releases out on the market, as well as videos like this. I do favorites videos, I do fashion videos, luxury hauls, you name it. So if you love makeup and or luxury, then you're in the right place, my friend. Hit that subscribe button to join our fam, and you can click the notification bell to hear about every time I upload a new video. If you like this style of video, don't forget to give your girl here a big thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. And if any of these products are available right now, which some of them are, I will be linking them down below. This is also a really good opportunity for you guys to let me know what items you want me to review, what you want me to pick up. I do have a couple of reviews planned for some of these items already, so let's get into it. I'm just gonna be scooching over so I can insert some images of all the products we're gonna be talking about today. Say hi to my cat. Her name is Minnie, and also I will mention, I will link all of the Instagram accounts that I like to follow and reference for these episodes and for all of my makeup news and sneak peeks in the description box down below. Definitely give them a follow, especially if you're into this kind of stuff. We all follow these accounts and I love to see you guys commenting on all of the posts when I am going through Instagram. Let's start off with the big one here. This is from Chanel. I am on the Chic Profile official Instagram page and we have some more sneak peeks of the upcoming Chanel Tweed blushes. I know we talked about this maybe once or twice, but now we actually have something else to look at. It looks like they're going to be launching 5 or 6 different blushes, and these are going to be for spring 2023, so we don't know exactly when they are going to launch. And right off the bat, this is a huge yes. I told you guys that in my previous episodes. I'm definitely going to be getting these. In fact, I'm probably going to be getting all of the shades because you guys love my Chanel collection reviews so much. They perform very well on my channel. I did that with the Chanel Tweed eyeshadow palettes. If you guys are interested in a review of that, if you're new here, you can head on over to my channel page and I have 2 videos focusing on the Chanel Tweed eyeshadows. But I'm even more excited for the blushes because, you know, I don't hate Chanel eyeshadows, but I definitely prefer their blush formula a little bit more. I actually don't have that many Chanel blushes, to be honest with you. So I'm really excited for these. What do I think of the shades that we are looking at right here? And once again, like, these are all sneak peeks, so we don't have that much information. We don't have swatches or anything like that. Just taking a look at the shades, I think my main concern here is that, like, there's just not a lot of depth here. Like, all of these look rather pink. 2 of them look a little bit more on the peachy side, and in fact one of them does have some brownier tone, so that's probably going to be the one that I like the most. But I am just a little bit concerned that they're going to be giving us like 50 shades of pink here. I will reserve my judgment for when I actually see these in person, when I swatch them, and you guys know I will let you know if I think that these are worth it. I'm always very honest, but I think right now that is my biggest concern. We also do not know yet if these are going to come with the little tweed pouches. I think that would be really nice, although it did seem to increase the cost quite substantially when we looked at the eyeshadow palettes. The other thing that I wanted to mention about this, I was super confused, but I think right now I have some clarity about this. These are actually kind of like a re-release of the blushes that they launched a couple of years ago. Now, at the time, I don't think I could afford Chanel makeup, to be perfectly honest with you, so I really didn't own any Chanel makeup at the time. It wasn't on my radar, but some of you all, especially those of you that live in Europe, were mentioning that you actually can get the ones that they launched a little while ago in the EU right now. So I will link that down below. You guys can check and see if you can pick them up. I just know for a fact that here in the US and also in the UK, we unfortunately don't have those available to us right now. So I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if this is a re-release of the same exact shades. I don't know if the packaging is going to be the same. I don't know if the embossing is going to be the same, but they are sort of re-releasing it. And I would love to know from you all, does that annoy you? Does it annoy you that they're re-releasing things? I kind of think that my standpoint on that is, you know, if something is a classic and you're taking something that is a house code, in this example, it is the Chanel Tweed fabric, I don't think there's anything wrong with reinterpreting that. I hope that these are new shades, or maybe they improved the formula, or they did something a little bit different, because that's kind of what like fashion is all about. You know, like Karl Lagerfeld took a lot of these house codes, a lot of these things that were established by Coco Chanel, and he sort of made it his own, and he gave it a new fun and fresh kind of flavor. And I think it's totally fine to do that in the makeup world as well. So I'm hoping that there's going to be a little bit more differentiation with these blushes, but I would love to know what you guys think. Are you guys intrigued? And most importantly, do you want to see me review every single shade? So we talked about Chanel Spring. Now we need to talk about Dior Spring. This is a super interesting collection, and I think it's going to be very polarizing. So let's discuss. This is going to be called the Dior Mitzah Collection. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. And it says that this launches on December 27th in China. So apparently now our spring collections launch directly after Christmas. I do not know when this is going to launch in the US, unfortunately, so I will have to keep you guys updated. But let's take a look at this collection. There's a couple of different products in this collection. There's an eyeshadow palette, a Dior powder and compact. There is also some limited edition lipsticks, and by the looks of it, there's also a limited edition like fragrance atomizer, like something you could put in your bag, fill up with fragrance, and kind of just have as a like a bougie little fragrance spritzer on the go. All of the packaging for this is going to be in this sort of upholstered leopard print. And I feel like you guys are so polarized about this leopard print. Some of you think it is the ugliest, tackiest thing you've ever seen, and some of you think it's super duper cute. I think I'm on the camp of it being really cute. I think it's fun. I don't have anything like this, and as you guys know, I'm a huge cat lady, so I do think I like the packaging. I'll reserve my judgment for when I see more photos, but I think it's cute. I think it's different. I think it's something fun for spring. So let's talk a little bit about each of these products. Hands down, the most exciting item in here is the eyeshadow palette. Let me show you guys a sneak peek photo of what this looks like. I don't know about you all, but I have not seen a large format eyeshadow palette like this from Dior. Sure, they do like those larger holiday palettes that have like the eyeshadows and the lipsticks and maybe a little blush, etc. But I haven't seen something like this from Dior. Now, let's talk about the obvious. This looks dusty AF, right? It looks so bad. It looks so pale, and I can't tell the differentiation between a lot of the shades. But that being said, I don't think that this is the best sneak peek photo. In fact, I've seen some other photos floating around the internet that look a lot better than this one that unfortunately I'm not able to show. I think that the shades in person are going to be darker, have more differentiation, and probably have different finishes as well that we can play with. We shall see. There really isn't that much to go off of so far, but I just wanted to say I think that this is probably not the best promo photo for us to be going off of, and that just intrigues me even more. I really hope there's a little bit more depth to this palette so that it can be a little bit more accessible. Like when I look at this leopard print, I don't open up this palette and think of this color story. So I'm really like rooting for Dior and hoping that they came up with something that's gonna be interesting, but still elegant. You know, that is something that we look for from Dior. So this eyeshadow palette is going to be a yes, because I am so intrigued. I think you guys comment down below and you let me know, but I think you guys are gonna be really interested to see if this is really, really good or a total flop, especially because this is not something that we see from Dior every day. The other products in the collection, I think that these are going to be a pass for me because I just really don't need these. I am going to focus primarily on the eyeshadow palette, but I think that these look pretty cute. We have a Dior cushion powder. I love the compact. I think it looks so cute. That being said, I will probably get this compact dirty in all honesty, just knowing that it is powder. Oh, but it looks so cute. It really does look so beautiful. You guys also know I'm not a big like loose powder person. I don't use powders all that often. So I don't think it's gonna be a good product for me. Also, we have the lipsticks here. I think that they're a little bit disappointing because they come in a really pretty leopard print box, but the actual lipsticks don't have any kind of special imprint on them. They do say Dior, so they kind of have that embossing on them. But how fun would it have been if they had had like the leopard print embossing? I don't know. Maybe they do and I just can't see it. It certainly doesn't look that way. So I just don't think I need those. You know, maybe if there's a fun color that I want to pick up, maybe I'll get a lipstick and maybe I'll review that for you guys. But as far as the eyeshadow palette goes, it's a huge yes. And I would love to know what you guys think of that. Do you like the larger palette concept? We're really not used to this from Dior. I would love to hear your thoughts. I'm hopping over to Trend Mood now. We have the newest release from Issa Beauty. I have been waiting for a while for this release. She said it was going to be in October and it was not. I guess it was beginning of November. So I'll take it. This is called the Wild Star collection. So this is going to be her holiday collection. And this is also super polarizing. So I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. Be respectful, but you know, it's okay if you don't like something. Let us know what you think. This is basically glam rodeo inspired. That's like the best way that I can describe it. It's definitely over the top. It's definitely like kitschy, tacky, glamorous, holiday rodeo goodness. That's how I would explain this. There's a couple of products in this collection. First off, we have, of course, an eyeshadow palette. It comes in a golden circular tin. I know a lot of people said that this reminded them of Tarte. I totally understand that. A couple people also said it reminded them of like those Estee Lauder palettes. It's like those bronze goddess ones that they've done before. So we have the eyeshadow palette. The palette is going to retail for $105, so it is very expensive. Then we have some lipsticks. These are the Lucky Kiss Diamond Lip Glow Lipstick. These are $50, so this is definitely like that luxury price point. We have 3 colors, and what's really cool about this is that the packaging, everything's kind of covered in rhinestones and has these little like horsey motifs. So she just like literally slapped a horse on these lipsticks. Then we have a Dazzle Up highlighter, which just looks kind of like your regular, I don't know, glowy, like sheeny highlighter stick. We have the Lash Lasso Lash Wrap Mascara. Say that 3 times fast. And then we also have the Spur Stick Suede Lip Liner. The mascara is gonna be $39 and the lip liner is gonna be $26. So is this a pass or yes? This is a yes from me. I actually already ordered a couple of these items, or I pre-ordered them, I should say. I don't know when they're going to arrive, but I do plan on doing a review for you all. What are the items that I picked up? Number 1, I picked up the eyeshadow palette. Number 2, I picked up one of the lipsticks in the shade, what was the shade I got? Buck, which is the golden chocolate. Surprise, surprise, I got the brown shade. And then I also got the mascara. Like I said, I think this is gonna be very polarizing because I think a lot of people think this looks absolutely disgustingly tacky. But you know what? I think it's really fun. I think it's really cool. I like the eyeshadow palette. I like that it looks like a, I don't know, kind of like an old tin that somebody would put, I don't know, chewing tobacco in, something like that. I think it looks so fun. You also can take the eyeshadows out if you want. I don't know if you wanted to depot them and you can reuse that after the fact. You could use it for whatever you want, but I think it's really cool. I had a really good experience with Issa Mae's industrial palette, and I think because I like that palette so much, I just can't wait to try more from her brand. I really liked the stuff that I picked up from her first collection. So I definitely wanted to pick that up. I also picked up one of the lipsticks because I just needed something that came with one of those little horsies. And I do think that this formula looks very different from anything else that I have in my collection. I do have one other metallic lipstick from that Guerlain Butterfly collection. But other than that, I really don't have anything else quite like that. And I think it'd be really cool to create a full look. I got the mascara as well because her first mascara was so great. I was actually pretty surprised that she just developed a completely new formula for this release. I think it's kind of an interesting business decision to come up with completely new formulas for every single collection. I'm super interested to see if she's going to be recycling some of these formulas and maybe just putting them in limited edition packaging. Actually, just to back up for a second, I should have mentioned, Issa Mae basically launches a seasonal collection. I think she's going to be launching about 3 or 4 times a year. Every single collection is going to be limited edition while supplies last. Every collection is going to be sort of very special, unique, and inspired by some sort of theme, which I think is really cool. I totally can get why somebody wouldn't want this collection. You definitely have to be a specific type of customer, but I do think that these are super cool collectible pieces. I think that fans of Issey like myself are really gonna like this collection. And in regards to the price, because I think people were just so shocked about the price is really not different than other luxury items that are out on the market. I think what is adding to the cost is the packaging, because she's making completely new custom components for every single collection in addition to the formula. So I'm actually surprised that the prices aren't more. But I think if you're somebody out there that has a lot of makeup and you don't really need more of the same stuff that's being launched from other brands, I do think that Issey's brand is a little bit refreshing, is something that is a little bit new with packaging that actually has some thought into it. It feels like a fashion show or a fashion collection, but in a beauty format. And I know I'm a little bit of like an Issey fan girl. I don't think I'm gonna like every single collection that she comes out with, but I do think that this one is pretty cool. So I would love to hear you guys share in the comments what you think of this collection. Apologies if the lighting is a little bit stark. The sun does go down at 4:30 now and it already went down. So I'm kind of working with my ring light right here. So apologies for that, but we're gonna keep this train going. I am gonna bop back over to Chanel. This is a hot new product from Chanel that has already launched, and this is called the Sublimage Le Tint Foundation. This retails for a whopping $135, and it comes in only 13 shades. It says a lightweight foundation with a buildable light to medium coverage for a glowing, healthy, and luminous look. It also comes with a brush, so I should mention that. The brush does look pretty nice, to be honest with you. The Chanel brushes, I don't really use them that much because I have my brushes that I enjoy, but they are pretty good, so I will mention that. This looks deliciously moisturizing. I am very intrigued by this, and I will say this is probably going to be a maybe. I would love to hear from you guys if you want me to review this. They already released the concealer version of this, and I have watched some reviews, and I am debating getting that one as well. I kind of want to go in store, maybe check out the shades, maybe take a look at the texture a little bit. It is just so expensive, and I'm wondering, like, is it that much better than what I already have? I still want to try the Chanel No. 1 foundation, so I would love to hear from you all if you have tried this yet. If you are new here, I have very dry skin, and I think that this is supposed to be probably very moisturizing, and if I'm not mistaken, this Sublimage line is supposed to be kind of like their higher end skincare infused makeup line, and that's definitely very interesting. I think if you're someone that loves the skincare makeup hybrid types of products, this is going to be good for you. Typically I don't, but I haven't tried it from Chanel, so I am very intrigued. This is definitely gonna be a maybe. I don't like the fact that it only comes in 13 shades. There's definitely not enough shades here, and that's also why I hesitate whenever I see a foundation that doesn't have that many shades. It means that only so many of you are gonna be able to enjoy it, so I do kind of hesitate. If anything, this might be something that I don't get right now. Maybe I'll just buy it for myself for Christmas, or if I'm like, I don't know, out shopping with my family, I'll like pick it up somewhere and maybe I'll review it after the fact. But I don't think I'm gonna be rushing to review this, but I am definitely extremely intrigued. We have another spring collection to talk about. I know it's not even the holidays. We have so many spring collections that have been revealed and sneak peek. And this is from Tom Ford. This is the Tom Ford Rose Prick collection. This has been revealed in the Asian market. We don't have a ton of information, but we have some. There's gonna be a lot of re-promotes in here, basically products that already exist in the Tom Ford line that just are repackaged in that beautiful light pink packaging, which a lot of people really like. I think it's super beautiful. It looks like there's going to be some lip glosses, some lipsticks. We're going to have the rose perfume. There are some gorgeous candles, but the main thing that I want to talk about is going to be this new product. This is a new eyeshadow quad, and this one is called Forbidden Pink. It is going to be in that color creme formula. If you guys are interested in a review of that formula, I do have a full review of like their permanent line here on my channel. And a lot of people were poking fun at this quad at first because, to be honest with you, it don't look that pink. It don't look that pink. It looks more brown, I guess you could call it. It does look extremely beautiful. I will say that. It has kind of like some rose tones to it. It's almost like a neutral brown quad, but with some rosy undertones. And I do like the color creme formula. I also like that what we're getting here is essentially one matte transition shade, one mid-tone shimmer shade, a deeper shade that we can use to build up some depth, and a super beautiful topper shade, just like the one from the Rose Topaz quad that I think is going to be so pretty. I think that's probably the best part about that quad, to be honest with you, is that beautiful topper shade. This looks so incredibly basic. I know, I kind of rolled my eyes a little bit, but at the same time, I think it's gonna be a yes. I think I'm gonna get this. I think a lot of you guys are gonna be interested in this. I think it's gonna be a top seller. I do really want that beautiful light pink packaging. So I think when this comes out, I'm probably going to pick it up. I have, for the most part, really liked everything that I picked up from Tom Ford this year. Some things were better than others, but I think that this one is gonna be really beautiful. So this is gonna be a yes from me. As for the rest of the collection, it's probably going to be a pass unless I get one of these beautiful candles, or maybe I'll pick up a fragrance depending on what launches and depending on what the packaging looks like. So I will contemplate this. I do not know when this is going to be launching in the US or in Europe. It does look like it's going to be coming to Asia first, but I will keep you guys updated. Comment down below and let me know, what do you think of this new quad from Tom Ford? Did you think we weren't going to talk about the new Natasha palette? We need to talk about the new Natasha Denona Midi palette. So this is called the Retro Glam palette. And when I first saw the sneak peeks of this, my reaction was, already? I'm just getting to enjoy the last one that you launched, Natasha, and now you're giving us another palette. I feel like this is way too soon. I think that this should be a spring launch. I honestly was very annoyed because I think that she could have easily just ended the year with the My Dream palette, perfect for holiday. I really don't understand this release. I really do not know why she is launching this right now. I feel like she would have done perfectly fine with the My Dream palette. And now we have to figure out, like, oh, where do we spend our money? Do we get the My Dream palette? Do we get this? Do we get both? What's coming for spring? It's just so much. But enough about me complaining about all of the releases. Let's actually talk about this palette. This is very interesting because she's calling it the Retro Glam palette, which I also rolled my eyes at because she just took her two most popular palettes and just like combined it as though we're getting like those two palettes combined in one, which we definitely are not when we're looking at this color story. It's just very confusing. I don't really get it. Maybe it's just for SEO. I have no idea. This is what I thought we were gonna get when she came out with the Retro Midi palette. Because if you guys have the Retro Mini palette, it kind of looks like this. So this would have made a lot more sense. I'm actually really curious about that creative decision because I get that the Retro palette is a top seller. I understand why she launched that color story, but I don't really understand why that one was the midi version to the mini Retro palette. It's a little bit confusing to me. When I look at this palette, like I said, this color story makes a lot more sense. I can't say that I'm initially drawn to this color story. Like, I can't say that this is super inspiring to me. I think that this looks like a spring release. Again, this isn't really the kind of palette that I want to be using this time of year. And I think that's why I'm just like, you know, a little bit not super excited for it. That being said, I do commend Natasha Denona for launching something that's a little bit different. You know, she came out with a very basic neutral palette earlier this fall, the My Dream palette, and now we're getting something a little bit different. So I do very much appreciate that. So I like that it's different. I like that we're finally kind of going back to this color story and committing to it after we did the mini version. But one other concern that I have is that this does look very light. And if you look at that middle row, those four mattes, they look very light and pastel in nature. So I'm curious how pigmented they're going to be. I'm curious how they're going to blend out. I've already had a lot of subscribers with darker skin tones tell me they don't think this is going to be good for them. They think it's going to look ashy. They think it's going to look dusty. And so I am really curious to see how this is going to work out. I mean, even for me, I do wish that there were some darker mattes in here. I don't think that we need all of these light colored mattes. I haven't seen this in person, but this is just kind of my first impressions looking at the image. Is this a pass or is this a yes? I did buy this today. The day that I'm filming this video, this actually just launched this morning and I posted it to my Instagram. So I'm excited to try it. I pretty much pick up every Natasha Denona palette because it is a brand that I cover here on my channel pretty thoroughly. So I'm excited to add this to my collection. I'm excited to give it a try, but I do think it was a little bit too soon. I do think it's kind of out of season, and I am concerned about the tones and whether or not it's gonna work for my friends with darker skin tones. We have some more new releases that are available right now from one of my favorite eyeshadow brands. These are the new releases from Viseart. I have been talking a lot about these kind of in a couple of like haul videos and on Instagram, but I did want to talk about these in this video so we can chat a little bit more about them in the comments. There's a couple of palettes that they've released. The first one is the Mare palette, and this is a part of their Entendu line. That is kind of their, I don't know, their standard palettes for everyday consumers. Viseart is basically like a makeup artist brand, but a lot of their newer releases have been a bit more consumer friendly. The Entendu line is my favorite line. I have every single palette in this collection, and typically what Viseart likes to do is they like to pick certain places in the world and kind of celebrate the spirit of that place. And a lot of them typically are, you know, throughout France or in Paris where the brand was founded. And this one is celebrating one of my favorite neighborhoods in Paris, which is called Les Marais. Comment down below if you guys have ever gone there. Really great shopping, really beautiful architecture. I absolutely love it there. I've stayed there when I've gone to Paris in the past. So beautiful. So you know that I already picked this one up. I actually showed you guys that I got this in my recent Beautylish haul. I have been testing this one out and I do plan on doing a review of it. I think I'm probably going to be filming that one this week. So I promise you guys they are coming. You guys have been asking me for reviews of these new Viseart palettes, and trust me, they are coming. It just takes me a very long time. But what I would love to know from you all is just what kind of comparisons do you want to see from this palette? And also, do you want a dedicated review of this palette, or do you want an Entendu line collection video where I kind of walk you through all the Entendu palettes to sort of help you figure out which one is going to be good for you? Because Viseart usually has a Black Friday sale and it's usually extremely legit, like up to 40% off a lot of their palettes. So I do feel like I can help you guys pick. So let me know, do you want the roundup video? Do you want a dedicated video? Or do you want both? Because I totally understand if you do. Viseart also surprised us with two new Petite Pros. So this is kind of like a step down from the Entendu, not in quality, just in size. These are smaller palettes. So if you like smaller palettes, these are going to be better for you. And these are kind of going off of one that was launched last year, which was called the Paris Étoile palette. I have a review here on my channel if you guys are interested in a review of that palette. It's stunning and it basically celebrates the nightlife of Paris. And so what Viseart is trying to do is take that first palette and almost have kind of like a sub line within the Petite Pros where they pick different cities around the world that inspire them, that are important or sentimental to them, and create a palette that is inspired by each of those cities. So the two cities that we got this time are number one, London. So we have the London Étoile palette, and then we also have the San Francisco palette. And I actually reached out to Viseart on Instagram and was asking them like, why did you pick these two cities? And the social media manager was just telling me that both of these cities are very special to the founder. In fact, they have most of their staff in each of these cities, and the founder has spent a lot of time in each of these cities. So I do plan on hopefully doing a review with these as well. I've just been testing them out. I do have a reel using the London palette on my Instagram, so you guys want kind of like a sneak peek, head on over to my Instagram, which you should follow me if you haven't already, because I do a lot of content and give you guys a lot of information about like sales, new products, restocks, and that kind of stuff over there. But both of these are a yes from me. If you follow me, you know that I got these in the Beautylish gift card event, so I won't say too much right now. I'm gonna save that for the review, but these are definitely a yes. And I will just say up front, I think that both of these are good quality. I think that in my review, I'm going to focus a little bit more on like the color story and which ones you might want to get in like upcoming Black Friday sales. Finally, from Viseart, these kind of just came out of nowhere. They have so many launches that just came out all at once. These are called the Petites Shimmers palette. So what Viseart has been doing over, I guess like the past year, is that they've taken their very makeup artisty traditional size palettes and they're converting them into smaller, minier versions that are a little bit more accessible accessible for consumers or people like me. And I actually already have both of these palettes in their original format. The two that they decided to convert this time are the Sultry Nudes and the Paris Nudes. Both of these are pretty similar, to be honest with you. They're all shimmers, so you're not getting any mattes. This isn't going to be like an Entendu palette, but I will say both of these are very, very beautiful. I do recommend them if you don't mind an all shimmer palette, if you don't mind maybe carrying a bronzer around with you or pairing this with one of their other like petite matte products that they've come out with in the past, then I think these are really good. But let me know, comment down below. Some of you guys were asking me if I was going to be reviewing these, but these are existing palettes, and I'm pretty sure that there's already plenty of reviews out there of these palettes. In fact, I know that Alicia Archer, if I can find her video, I'll link it down below. I remember when I was buying these palettes, I went and watched her review video because she does compare each of these. I ended up buying both of the palettes, but basically there's already content about these palettes, and if I can find any good reviews, I will link them down below. We have more new lip products that are gonna be launching from Nars. These are gonna be called the Air Matte Ultra Lip Tint, and this is coming on December 16th in Japan. And I'm assuming these are gonna be coming to the US, the UK, and the EU afterwards, but they're gonna be launching first in Japan in the middle of December. It says here that these will be available in 6 shades. It is a lip tint with a gel-like formula and a soft matte finish. Feels light and comfortable on the lips, and the color is long lasting. I think that these are gonna be a yes for me because this sounds like everything that I like. I love a gel formula because I think that it's super comfortable. I love lip tints, and I love the fact that these are going to be more of like a matte formula because I feel like I have something very similar from Lancome and also Fenty, and I feel like everybody is doing like the shiny lip tint, and I'd be really curious to see what it feels like to have a comfortable matte lip tint. So I am pretty excited for these. They look really beautiful. The colors all look, I don't know, pretty basic. I don't know how many I'm gonna pick up, but I definitely think that I'm gonna try at least one of these when they come over to the US. I have 2 more that I want to talk about real quick. I popped this next one in for fun. This is a new release from Glossier, and this is a new flavor for their Balm.com, and this is in the flavor Swiss Miss. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know I love hot chocolate. I mean, I love chocolate or pretty much anything sweet in general, but I'm a hot chocolate connoisseur, and a lot of times I'll also make my own marshmallows or I'll do whipped cream. I definitely love them both, but I wanted to show you guys this because I thought it was so cute and because I already bought it. I did order this from Glossier the other week. I got it, and I am here to say it smells delicious. It smells really, really good. I know that this formula isn't anything groundbreaking, but I do love the Glossier Balm.com specifically because I love the yummy smelling flavors. I enjoy the little ritual while I'm doing my makeup or right before I go to bed of just putting on a little bit of lip balm and having that moment of like, that smells yummy. I don't know. I really enjoy it. I actually already had the coconut version of this, and I just used it up to the very last drop. So I needed to replenish it with a new flavor, and that's also why I got this new one. Also, I haven't mentioned on my channel that Glossier is coming to Sephora. I think it's going to be happening after holiday, and I'm very excited for that. In fact, I would love to know if you guys want me to do like a Glossier roundup video. I feel like Glossier used to be the hottest brand, and now nobody talks about them. They haven't really launched that many new products, to be fair, so I think that's probably why a lot of people haven't really been chatting about them lately. But if you guys want like a full face of Glossier, or you want me to talk about my favorite products, I actually have quite a few products from Glossier that I like to replenish and that I use all the time, but I don't really talk about that much on my channel because they're more like brow stuff, concealer. I do love their blushes. I mentioned that in my top 5 blush video. So yeah, comment down below and let me know, like, when Glossier drops in Sephora, do you want an updated Glossier favorites Sophia style review? I would definitely love to know. The last thing that I need to mention, which I have been checking like every hour today to see if anything pops up that I can actually talk about, these are some teasers of the new Lisa Eldridge Holiday collection. First off, major props for her launching holiday when it's actually close to the holidays. I feel like all of these brands are launching their holiday collections in like August and September. I am super excited for whatever this is. We do know that we're going to be getting some new velvet matte lipsticks, but we don't know in what shades. And then some of the teasers also seem to suggest that there might be something new there might be a new product. I'm actually wearing her foundation today. I do enjoy her foundation. I know that one was a little bit polarizing. I really like it, and I adore the Lisa Eldridge lip products. You guys have heard me talk about them on my channel before. So this is going to be a huge yes. I don't even know what it is yet, but it's going to be a huge yes. And you bet I'm probably going to pick up a new lipstick and whatever she launches, as long as it's something that is, you know, something that I actually like to wear, I'm going to give it a try. So comment down below, let me know what you think. I'm sure by the time I edit and post this video, it's already going to be released. So we can chat a little bit more about it on my Instagram. Definitely DM me over there if you guys have any thoughts. Anyway, friends, those are all the new releases that I have to talk about today. I definitely wanted to catch up because there's been so much that has been launched this holiday season, but enough about what I think. I want to know what you think. Sound off in those comments down below and let me know what you think of all of these releases. Which for you are going to be a pass and which are going to be a huge yes. I would love to know. Just remember, be respectful. I would say pretty much all of you guys are. You guys keep it so positive in the comments here on my channel. I really appreciate that. If you like this video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And with that, friends, I hope that you are having a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.